everybody. Oh my gosh, I should have bought my tripod. It is so shaky. I'm sorry. I need to get a car mount and a stabilizer. I'm working towards that. And I work towards goals. Anyhow, welcome to Cocktails with Cass, and today we are going on a Guinness tour. We have a Guinness factory or brewery here in the state of Maryland that opened up prior to the pandemic, I believe. And we've been meaning to get out here for a couple of years, so I thought that I would take this time to go ahead and do a tour and a tasting. Unfortunately, I cannot videotape the tour. It's against guidelines for Guinness, but they will allow me to take some pictures, so I'll video what I can, and what I can't, you'll just probably have like a photo video of Cocktails with Cass. So I hope you enjoy it.
This Guinness Open Gate Brewery is located in Hillthorpe, Maryland, and is the only open gate brewery in the United States. And what that means is that it's the only Guinness brewery in the U.S. accessible to the public. The only other Guinness Open Gate brewery is located in Dublin, Ireland. The facility is broken into the actual brewery, the barrel house, which contains a smaller brewery, the agricultural area where the grains for the spirits are grown, and some historical features which I will talk about later, and also it contains a beer garden. Although Guinness originates in Dublin, Ireland, Africa, or more specifically the countries of Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon, make up the majority of Guinness consumers. As you enter the main facility, there is a gift shop and a restaurant. Here you can purchase collectibles, trinkets, apparel, personalized mugs and glasses, and historical books. You can even purchase a 32 or 64 ounce growler of your chosen beer to take home. Before this site became home to Guinness, it was known as the Maryland Distilling Company, which was home to several brands, including Lord Calvert Whiskey and, more importantly, Seagram's. Today, the Open Gate facility houses the Captain Morgan rum, which is distributed throughout the country. This location was chosen due to its size, proximity to the railway, the Baltimore Port Authority, and proximity to New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. The displayed artifacts are what brewers used to brew Guinness in the 17 and 1800s. Additionally, Guinness hired its own team of laborers to construct wooden casks in order to transport their brews. Now, Guinness utilizes aluminum kegs to transport their brews. The Guinness brand prides itself on only using natural ingredients including yeast, hops, malt, and water. Here you can see the process used to craft Guinness brews. The inside of the brew room is kept at a high temperature to ensure bacteria is not generated. I'm not gonna say I'm loving you too. I'm not gonna stay, gotta be alone. Let's talk. One of the deciding factors in selecting Hillthorpe as its new location is due to the water quality in Baltimore, which is funny since Baltimore just had an E. coli contamination in its water. This location does not brew the drought stout, but brews mainly their blonde and experimental brews. However, the drought stout is imported directly from Dublin. So before we sampled some brews, we were given a chart to help identify the scents and flavors. A proper tasting involves first smelling to identify the scent, then while inhaling, sip the brew, Hold it on your tongue for a couple of seconds, and finally swallowing the brew while exhaling, which essentially helps identify the flavors of the brew. The Baltimore Blonde smelled fruity and was very crisp with a refreshing finish, but a bit dry. It pairs well with, of course, crabs and Old Bay, which of course is essential to all Marylanders. This brew was specifically crafted for Maryland consumers with the idea of competing with other light-colored brews that saturate the U.S. market. This by far was my favorite. The El Dorado Amber Ale smelled herbal with a vegetal taste and had a slight aftertaste. There were notes of citrus, salt, and wood. It also had a malt flavor on the finish with hints of bread crust and caramel. I did note a mild smell with a mineral taste. It was also on the lighter side and known for having hints of tea, citrus, apples, and bananas. The experimental IPA smells amazing. It was fruity and smelled of marijuana. No judgment. It smelled this way because marijuana is a cousin plant to hops. It was crisp going in, and you could taste the marijuana on the finish. It had a defining aftertaste, which are known in IPAs. There were notes of citric and pine needles. The Guinness Drought Stout is actually ruby red in color. However, the addition of nitrogen makes the brew appear darker, yet taste more creamy. Also, the addition of nitrogen makes this a light beer with only 10 calories per ounce, and the added nitrogen removes the occurrence of bloatedness. This brew to me smelled of dirt. However, it was very light tasting with a coffee taste and made my neck jerk back.
Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there. 'Cause everything reminds me of you. I can't take no more. Girl, I think I'm losing my mind. Try to go to work, but I lost track of time.
You know I had to speak on the design of the interior, which was absolutely gorgeous. It had an industrial design with exposed beams and ductwork. The color palette included blues, grays, and browns with materials such as metals, woods, and concrete. Both restaurants overlooked the beer garden and really created an undeniable ambiance.
What you need from me, need your love on me, put your love on me. I'ma do everything for you. I don't want anyone but you. Put your arms around me, put your faith in
The facility is kid-friendly and had food trucks and ice cream trucks and live music as well as yard games.
When you say you want me for life, was it all a lie? I gave my all to deserve ya, begging on my knees just to show ya.
After the tour, we did visit the restaurant for a couple of pints and a bite to eat. I will say the food was not that great, but the experience made up for it. Before we left, I purchased a couple of commemorative glasses that I had engraved. I would highly recommend the tour and tasting, and if you experience it, let me know. Thank you for taking the time out to view my video, and as always, thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I will see you in the next video.
Put your faith in me.